All right, class. So hopefully drawing your exploded strings, we'll call them, was a successful exercise. Okay, so we'll continue with the exercise here, and we're going to repeat the same action of make to D, but the way that I like to do this is in parts actually. Although, whoa, see, okay, um, it's just more control. So, for example, what I mean by that is let's go ahead and activate your model layer, and let's leave your cube layers, and then let's turn off the units, and then let's turn off the which actually you should already have this, but in my case I don't, right? Because remember that I was using the wrong model. But even just practicing with the layers on and off, it's a good exercise. So I'm gonna type make 2D, select this right here, enter, OK, and again bring this right here. Okay, and then we're going to do the opposite. We're going to turn on the units and the explosion lines, and you're going to turn off your model layer and the cube layer. And let's go ahead and make 2D of this. Click OK. So hopefully you're seeing how generating a drawing it's a craft, and there's many ways, methods of achieving a drawing. Um, but I think just like model making, drawings can be built, and hopefully more than anything you're taking note of a process, you know, that usually there's a process, there's no magic buttons, and if there are, usually they don't yield the best results. So anyway, all right, and then we can just, because you know me, I'm gonna make another copy of this just so I keep that for the record. And now the name of the game is to try to put this two together, which shouldn't be that bad, right? I guess if I maybe move that from there, there it is. Okay, and now check this out. We have this really cool um, diagram that oops, that we're going to assign line weights, um, just the same way that we've been doing it. But let's take a look at to how exactly. So let's go ahead and go back to your layout, and then let's go ahead and blow this detail window up, and then let's go ahead and zoom in, double click in there. Let's go ahead and set this as your top view, and then let's go ahead and zoom into the diagram like that. See, those are things that I'm not a big fan, but okay. Um, yeah, okay. We'll have to maybe do some cleaning right here, and that's good. So I'm trying to put 2 right there. Let me see. We'll do a 1:2 scale. And if we need to make it bigger, we can do that. I'm gonna resize this viewport. And let's go ahead again, legibility, right? And trying to communicate um, a an intent, idea, design through a drawing. So let's start off with our units. How about that? So in this case, we want to show what are we trying to showcase? That this model right here is made up of all of these units, and they fall in place in a particular way, right? So we can start with our this lines right here, which are our units lines. So if you go to make 2D, you should have a curves, and then you should have a units layer, right? So you select those objects, Well, actually, I wouldn't do that because you're gonna select all of them in the in the um, in the drawing, but we can just hide or turn off the other ones that we don't need that we've been doing. And notice that this line right here got neglected. I'm gonna go ahead and draw it because I think we could use that um, later down the road or need it. And make to D and those units. Okay, right layers. Layers. You've probably seen how important layers are. I'm gonna go ahead and select all of this, and I'm gonna give this a pen. I'm gonna do this a continuous one, and I'm gonna do a 0.5. Let's see how that looks. Change object layer. Okay, right, and we have that. Okay, good, right, excellent. We can then turn back on some of this lines right here. But still, kind of not ideal, right? I mean, still kind of confusing, in my opinion. Let's go ahead and select, say, the aggregate model lines. Oh, wait, wrong. They're not in the units anymore. They are under the pens, under continuous 5. Right? We're going to select this right here, and let's make it a pen, a 3. Let's see, what if we do a hidden? This is not right. This is continuous. There should be hidden. Dash. Let's do it. Let's see how it looks with the dash. Change object layer. Same. And wanted to see that because it's not very clear, right? It's not very legible. So that's why in this case, let's try to do maybe some new lines. Right, you see how that's not very legible. Let's go ahead and go to our 3. Let's go ahead and create a new layer. Oops, actually, let's go ahead and duplicate the layer. So we don't have to name it again. Duplicate layer. Let's see how this looks now with dots. Okay. We'll go ahead and turn these off. Turn these off. These off, which were your cube, your exploded lines, basically, so that we end up with just your aggregate model, and we're going to change its layer to the dots, 0.3 dots. Change object layers, and we now can see a better outline. If you, so it's sort of like the ghost of it, and sort of like the ghost. And I'm noticing that, am I missing some lines? Probably. Like, oh, okay, it didn't get make to the, okay, that's what. Okay, I think that's okay. Okay, let's keep going. Let's go ahead and assign more lines. So line types and line weights. So let's go ahead and turn that dot off. Let's go ahead and turn that solid or continuous off. And then let's go ahead and turn off this the exploited lines. We'll do those last. And so that we can select these lines right here. We'll go for, again, something thicker, and maybe maybe like that. What was this? Hidden. We'll do like a 0.5. Let's go ahead and duplicate this. A hidden dashed. Dashed, and we'll assign it to the objects. And let's go ahead and make sure that we change the line type. And let's go ahead and turn this back on. Okay. So something that I would go back and change for sure would be this line. So again, I would maybe bring this dot over here, and that happens because of the make to D and how some of the curves are overlapping. And like I said, fortunately, there's no magic button. You do develop some technique and experience as we move along, but there's a lot of trial and error also on this. And oh yes, I'm missing a line over here that I want to draw. Let's go ahead and set myself up in that layer already. So I'll be on my what layer is that? That's P.5 dash. 0.5 dash. I'll type line, and draw this simple line there. And I'll extend this. Whoops, wrong. There you go. Did I get my scale? I thought that was the scale. Okay, it's 1 to 2. Okay. All right. So we have that right there. And then for our, so we're gonna do a our assembly lines, right? Well, we have them already. Let's see. We have those, and we're going to actually I'll create it in pens right here. Create a new. I will call this we'll call this P for right now. I'll call this just a pen. Pen X lines, just so that it doesn't overlap with the other one. We're actually going to give this one a color rather than being black. So pick a color, because those are our assembly lines. Those are our assembly lines. And we'll do a hidden. And we'll do the print color also that same color. So you'll see what we're going to do. We're going to make that active. We're going to turn off, I think you can do this right here. You select the layer, and you select all of this, and you can just kind of like turn them all off at once. And then what we're going to do is we're going to select these lines, and then change object layer. This is how we, with one single click, we were able to assign lines rather quickly. Okay, and I think there's a few lines, like I mentioned earlier, that I would like to see. For example, here there's some lines missing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn off this layer right here, the P4.5 dash, P4.4 dash, and I'm going to go to my top view, and I'm going to go display, sorry, print, display. I'm going to turn off the print. I'm just going to go to display. I'm sorry, I'm going to go to print and turn it off. Oh, I guess not. Then let's go ahead and turn these off. Let me get myself into the dots layer, turn this layer right here, and I wanna complete some of these lines over here. So type line. So I'm gonna add this line. I need this line. So check your work, check your models, your drawings. No one knows the project, any of the projects as good as you do. So it's double check. We'll double check that. And there's another one over here. I think there's something funky. Oh, okay. Yeah. I always get thrown off here. It's 2 cubes and then the wedge right here. Okay. And then should we do, just for sake of clarity, maybe another outline? Sure, why not? So where is that? Okay, let's select that. Remember that we traced our outlines, right? So I'm going to select that, and that one doesn't have it. This one has. Okay, so I guess we forgot to copy that on the other one. Hopefully you caught that. I just realized that. And what if we, so these are 0.3 dots. Let's see if we have, do we have 0.5 dots? No, let's go ahead and create them. Whoops, again. Duplicate. .5 dots. Dots. And change object layer right there. And I'm actually going to, so if you place yourself on that layer in the 0.5 dots, and then you select this right here, you know how the right now, oh, it's a polyline, so I guess, but still, you see how right last time we left these two out? So what if we group it? So if you group, right, those two, they're always going to travel together, right? And I can bring this one over here and I have that subtle, thicker outline. And then let's see how things are looking back here. Something else is that this command, I select that, bring to front, just so that that's on top of everything else, right? And we have that right there. And let's not forget to turn on our assembly lines right there. Okay. I think there's still some more cleaning that we can achieve, but I think for the purposes of this exercise, that should be fine. The only thing that I'm noticing right here is that a 0.5 dash, and then also is this one. Oh no, that's a 0.3. But didn't we do the outline? It's a 0.5. Yeah, that's the only thing that I don't like, that the dots and the dashed are the same thickness, so they kind of like get blend in. But here's something that we could do. Those dots, rather than right. So we can turn the print color into a gray. And wait, did I do the right ones? No, probably didn't. Should be at 0.3. And so let's change this back to black. So again, hopefully you realize that this takes not only time for sure. I think we know that, but just some decision making, right? Some decision making, and so that hopefully your exercises don't become automatic, and we're able to place some attention to this. We'll see how this prints, and that's another thing that sometimes you just need to see how things are printing for you to really judge how the drawing is looking. But I actually can tell you that I actually do want to make those line stickers. So let's do that. So let's go ahead and turn off our what are these? Right here. Let's go ahead and turn that off. Hidden and dashed. That one right there. That's the one that I want to edit, so I'll get myself active on that layer. And then let's turn this off. This cube right here. I actually want to, what's that? 0.5 dashed? Would a 0.5 dash be too much? Let's see. Change object layer. And then let's turn all of these back on. And you see now how there's a subtle difference right there. But again, at this point, I think it's hard to judge on the screen. So I would just do a test print, which we'll do. Let's go ahead and label this right here. Exploded axonometric diagram. Aggregated to integrated. Is that like a super long name? Probably, but oh, and I don't know, my font it's not matching, so I think we're doing Arial black. Okay, let's go ahead and save this. Let's go ahead and add the a title. We'll do modeling diagrams. Modeling diagrams, and let's go ahead and make this larger. Whoa, is that? I guess we can work with that. Maybe that's too much. I'll just scale it down here visually. And I can give this a subtitle right here. So again, I want you to also start thinking about design and layout of the sheet. This is the aggregated model. I'm not sure when you copy the font changes, it goes back to the original, and maybe we'll do like a 0.2, and maybe not a bold, maybe just a regular Arial. We'll call this the assignment P2 aggregate model drawings. And then we can go onto your other sheet, copy, paste your name and info, place it right there. And then lastly, what I like to do, oops, oh yeah, that's it's bring up our initial pieces right here. I'll show you guys what that is. Okay, so I'm gonna pause this, stop this recording for right now, and we'll come back for the last drawings that we'll add probably over here. Okay, don't forget to save. Be back.